Alright, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be teaching you how to do graffiti for beginners. First things first, put that scratch paper underneath so that way the ink doesn't bleed through. Now it's time to choose a name. I'm gonna write ManzMac, but choose anything you want and just have fun with it. Time to choose a color. Let's start with something light so that way we can keep adding on and keep layering as we go. Right now, I'm just trying to imagine to see where I'm gonna place the letters and just to see if my whole name is gonna fit. Now that we have that out the way, let's start off with that first letter. In the beginning, we're just doing basic lettering. No details yet. So I'm shaping the letters as I go. What I like to do is make the lines nice and thick. When moving on to your next letter, make sure it's similar to the one before that. Make the size similar and just make sure it flows. Now for the second part of the piece, let's add some details. Adding some points and just adding some little details to each letter. Add anything you want, there's no right or wrong, and just have fun with it. What I like to do is take the details from a letter and transfer it to another, just so it goes. Alright. Part 3 to the piece. With that same color, we're going to grab a darker shade of it, and what we're going to do is we're going to cover and blend the bottom half of the piece with it. So what I'm doing is just taking my time, kind of blending little by little, but make sure it's just the bottom half. And as I'm going along, I'm kind of adding a little more details. As you go, just keep adding on to it, keep layering it.
Call it how it is. Hit it. Promise you swag. Every bit. Yo, Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet. Miley Percocet, represent, gotta represent, chase a chick, never chase a bitch.
So I'm gonna grab a third shade of that color and go a little bit darker. I'm gonna take that and just cover the bottom third of the piece. Sometimes I go back to the scratch paper just to make sure it's the right color, or not too dark or too light, but just right. You could blend any way you like. Right now, I'm experimenting with it, and you know what? Let's do a hard line. Just as long as you color that bottom part, and it's all good.
Cruising Biscayne, big fun, top of God. That's a liability. Hit the gas, boosting my adrenaline.
And remember, keep adding little details as you go. Alright. Now time to pick a color for our shadows. That one looks pretty cool. Now, what I'm trying to imagine is a light casting down from the top right corner of the page. So once you imagine that, just kind of go where the shadow goes. So go on the point of each letter and cast it down to the left corner of the page.
Switch states, stretch down far in place. Speed ain't no fucking way. Go contemplate, we done contemplate. Go thought debate, we gon' rock the game. Again, they game, we game, but they are not the same.
Alright, so one of my favorite parts. It's time to outline it. Preferably, kind of like using black, just because it looks nice, clean, and crispy. Use any kind of black ink pen. Kind of like using the thicker size. I use size, I believe, 08, and the brand is Micron. I'm just going over each letter and I'm just making these lines nice and clean as possible. Make the lines extra thick, that way it stands out more. Now that we got that out the way, I'm gonna grab a darker shade of that same blue. Yeah, it's like just a little more flavor and, you know, makes it pop more. So even in the shadows, I'm still adding little subtle details. Now, time to pick something to outline your piece with. This color's pretty cool. I feel like it'll make it pop, so you know what? Let's go with this. When you're outlining your piece, just make sure that line is the same thickness throughout the whole thing. And once again, let's grab another shade of that color, where this time let's go a little lighter. So, that same pink, and just outline your piece one more time. Now, let's add some flair to the piece. You can put anything you want, any kind of shape, stars, circles, squares. But for me, I kind of like to put a drip effect, some kind of splatter, something to make it really pop. And just gonna grab one more shade of that color just to add a little more. Now, time to grab that white paint marker. Any white paint marker works, white gel pen, any kind of paint, but you know what? White makes this piece really stand out and it makes it look super clean. So let's always add that white to it. So what you want to do with the white is kind of put where the light is reflecting and put it on the same side of each letter. And in this case, I'm putting it on the right side. But, you know, white looks pretty clean everywhere, so can't really go wrong. So if you notice, I'm kind of treating this white paint marker also as a lighter shade of the other colors. So for instance, on the blue shadows, I kind of go on the lighter side and even make one more shade of that blue. Also adding a little shine effect on the piece, just for fun. Alright, looking pretty good. But you know what? I kind of want to make this piece stand out a little more, but this part's optional. What I like to do is I like to grab a really dark color and start coloring that whole background. Since the piece is pretty bright and has bright colors, let's use a dark color and make this piece really stand out. Thank you guys for watching my video. I hope that helped you guys a lot. If you have any more questions, make sure to comment down below. And remember, just have fun with it. Try different color combos. See what works and doesn't work. But you know what? There's no right or wrong. It's your style. In the description box below, I'll make sure to put links to all of the materials I use. So check that out. If you guys enjoyed my video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. I'll be posting videos weekly from now on, so make sure you stay tuned and subscribe. Thanks again for watching. See you guys in the next video.